Jar Jar Binks, the evil mastermind of Star Wars.
His idiot act is just a cover.
He uses the Force. He knows martial arts. He basically sets up the whole Star Wars saga.
Jar Jar is a key to all this.
As a Sith Lord, he's one of us.
Jar Jar Binks is either a Sith Lord or the most unfortunate creature in the galaxy.
Jar Jar runs into the two main Jedi, survives a war, gets promoted general, then Senate, introduces Anakin to Qui-Gon, then accidentally gives Palpatine emergency powers.
He's awfully lucky for a fool.
In my experience, there's no such thing as luck.
When we meet Jar Jar, he says he was kicked out of his city for being clumsy. He's very shady about it.
He immediately executes a perfect dive.
Only Force users do such things in the Star Wars universe. Even if he is not using the Force, we should all be suspicious of his clumsiness. In battle, he's quite efficient too.
The Jedi's fighting style is modeled after the Shaolin monks.
Would it be a stretch to say he uses a different style?
He uses Requan, or drunken fist fighting. It's made to imitate the way a drunk person would fight. It throws the opponents off guard by thinking their enemy is vulnerable and weak.
Jar Jar uses exact techniques taught in this Requan tutorial.
Here, he imitates sloshing. Here, he sweeps the leg. And this is called kipping up. He even centers himself before his jump.
During the ambush, he does a move only executed by the Jedi.
He clearly doesn't move like Luke. Look at the droid following his trajectory. He also uses the Force. Listen, Jar Jar was extremely difficult and time-consuming to create. Every action was deliberately animated.
When doing mind control, Jedis often make a hand gesture.
You don't need to see his identification.
We don't need to see his identification.
These aren't the droids you're looking for.
Look at all those lucky moments when crucial points in the plot occur.
You said people gonna die?
I don't know. I hope not.
We's warriors. We's got a grand army.
He uses a hand wave to become general.
We shall make you Bombard General.
A hand wave on Padme to get into the Senate.
He uses a hand wave on the entire Galactic Senate to give Palpatine emergency powers. He's even mouthing what characters are saying behind their back.
Queen will not approve.
Queen doesn't need to know.
Well, I don't approve. Well, I don't approve.
No more commands from Her Highness today, Captain. The spaceport is not going to be pleasant.
The Queen wishes it. She's curious about the planet. The Queen wishes it. She's curious about the planet.
You Jedi are far too reckless. The Queen is not.
The Queen trusts my judgment, young handmaiden.
He's the most powerful Sith Lord.
Although previously alluded to by others, the theory in its current form was posted by Lumpawarroo on Reddit.
Who is Lumpawarroo? The character Lumpawarroo is Chewbacca's son. But who posted it online? Was it George Lucas? No, it was his son, Jet Lucas, showing that Jar Jar was not a complete disaster.
It is known that Lucas changed the prequel story after the huge backlash against Jar Jar.
Fans hated Jar Jar. He was even accused of being racist.
Lumpawarroo suggests that Count Dooku may have originally been written to be Jar Jar Binks.
Count Dooku is just thrown in. No backstory, no reveal, no rhyming with the originals.
Star Wars is supposed to rhyme. meaning that the prequels match up thematically with the originals.
You see the echo of where it all's gonna go. It's like poetry, so if they rhyme.
But instead of the heroic tale of Luke, it was the tragic fall of Anakin. The temporary triumph, the heroic princess, the death of a mentor, and the fateful battle to conclude. With, of course, the big reveal in between.
But there was no reveal.
Jar Jar is the reveal. He is Yoda's mirror on the dark side.
This is ridiculous. Are we really talking about Jar Jar Binks?
Yes! Lucas says that Yoda comes from the mythological fairy tale tradition, where an insignificant creature found on the side of the road is actually the master wizard or something. Binks was found the same way! Yoda was an idiot at first. If he didn't reveal himself, he would be viewed as a clown too. Lucas is also influenced by science fiction novels.
Other Redditors say Jar Jar Binks is reminiscent of the Mule, a character in Isaac Asimov's Foundation series.
The Mule is seemingly a fool who helps destroy a weak republic and start an empire. He had the power of mind control. No one expects him to be the head of everything because he's a clumsy idiot. I like the Mule.
Is Jar Jar the main Sith?
This is all his plan. To set up the fall of Anakin and the rise of the Emperor. Quite convincing. He happens to be exactly where the two main Jedi land. He knew they'd be there. He sabotages the royal ship to land on Tatooine. Look at R2-D2. Tell him to stop fiddling with the ship's patch bay. Did you ever notice that droids don't like him?
You know, I find that Jar Jar creature to be a little odd. Quite right. He's very odd indeed.
Force mind control doesn't work on droids. He causes an altercation with Anakin's main rival, Saboba, getting Anakin further involved in the group. He fans his passion for Padme.
The queens are being grossly nice, Mr. Tinks. Pity hot.
He fiddles with Anakin's pod racer engine, the one that actually works. It doesn't start until he gestures and yells.
Come on, Eddie!
Pure Sith manipulation. He's never fooled by Padme's disguise. He finally gets into power and proposes emergency powers for Palpatine. He's no fool! His plan, overall, was to get Anakin separated from his mother, trained as a Jedi, and obsessed with Padme. He is the puppet master.
Jar Jar is a key to all this.
No one would suspect him. No one did. Not even us. And that's why we really hate him.
Search your feelings, you know it to be true.
He is the true Sith Lord. Look at his eyes. What color are his eyes?
It's true. All of it.
Lumpawarroo speculates that Snoke is Jar Jar in The Force Awakens.
Leaked descriptions could easily be an aged Jar Jar. This would not only be suspenseful, but profitable too. It would make the old trilogies more popular.
Ahmed Best, the man who played Jar Jar, sent out a cryptic tweet.
He then posted a script called The Adventures of Jar Jar. Tweeting now, do you get it? He even said in an interview that there was a deleted scene where Palpatine thanks Jar Jar. There is also a pic of him and Andy Serkis, the man now playing Snoke in The Force Awakens. Serkis's character will be motion captured, like Jar Jar was.
Is Snoke Jar Jar Binks? Was Jar Jar, the most reviled character in the Star Wars universe, supposed to be hated for a different reason? Will Jar Jar Binks keep his secret as the Master Sith Lord? Find out on Totally Legit Facts.
Yoda hates him. Look at his eyes.
Oh, Goberfish!
Why were you banished, Jar Jar?
It's a long Othello, but a small part of it would be Miss, Clumsy.
You were banished because you were clumsy.
You mightn't be saying that.
What about this foreshadowing?
There's always a bigger fish.
Jar Jar is a fish, after all.